Today, we're going to talk about one pronunciation problem that I've noticed a lot of my Italian students having. It is the lovely letter H. H. I've noticed that my Italian students sometimes forget to add H where they should have H, and they add H where we don't need H. Let's talk about the first one first, because this is the simplest. When there is an H, you need to pronounce it. Let's talk about a sentence that could be a challenge for you. I want you to practice this sentence with me and make sure that you're imitating each sound that my voice is making, especially the H's. Are you ready? This is the sentence. Hi, Hannah. How's it going? Have you hung out with Harry lately? There are a lot of H's that you need to pronounce in the sentence. And one good way to know if you're pronouncing them correctly is to use a piece of paper. So I want you to take a piece of paper and put it in front of your mouth. This is a good way to see if you're pronouncing mouth, put, anything with air. It's a great way to test to see if you're pronouncing it correctly. And H's are the same. Now, the air that comes out of your mouth for the H is pretty light, so it's not going to move the paper like a P sound. Put. That moves the paper a lot, but when you say, hi, Hannah, how's it going? Have you hung out with Harry lately? Of course, I'm emphasizing the H sound here, but when you're practicing pronunciation that's difficult for you, I think it's good to emphasize it at the beginning, and when it becomes more natural, you'll be able to tone it down and say the H a little bit less without forgetting it. The next part is adding H's where there is no H. I've noticed that a lot of my Italian students like to add an H when there's a word that begins with a vowel. So for example, let's practice this sample sentence, talking about poor Harry from the previous sentence. If you asked, hi Hannah, how's it going? Have you hung out with Harry lately? You might say, no, he isn't very interesting, but he won't go away. Poor Harry. Poor you maybe. No, he isn't. Oftentimes my Italian students add an H. No, he isn't. He isn't very interesting. Adding an H, of course I'm not doing it exactly like you would, but adding an H where there is a vowel sound. So I want to make sure that you pronounce each sound without an H. And a great way to do that is just to start slowly. So we're going to pronounce that sentence slowly. I want you to repeat with me, and then we're going to say it faster. Are you ready? No, he isn't very interesting, but he won't go away. Make sure that you're focusing on isn't, interesting, and away. There's no H sound. Let's do it one more time slowly, and then let's speed it up. No, he isn't very interesting, but he won't go away. Quickly now. No, he isn't very interesting, but he won't go away. No, he isn't very interesting, but he won't go away. I hope that this quick lesson about the H sound, adding it or not adding it, has been helpful to you. Even if you're not an Italian speaker, I hope that this pronunciation lesson was useful for you. And thanks so much, and see you later. Bye!